okay, and you have finished presented your this FYP, yeah, FYP. So for FYP2 is on, I believe it's on 17, 16 and 17. Is it Sunday and Monday lah? Huh? Sunday and Monday. Some of you are for on Sunday, some are on Monday. Okay, and also FYP1. Some of you are actually still have one more semester. And you are taking FYP1, okay, this semester, and next semester you're going to continue for FYP2 lah, huh? Okay. I believe they have I have to share some experience to let you all know as a student, sometimes as the supervisor, as the lecturers, what are their thought, what are their expectations. Okay. So today, few things as the last lectures, I'm not going to teach much. I tell you actually, syllabus for pre-stress I already cover already. For precast actually there's a little bit, but I have shared the notes. I just copy from the books and then give it to you which is a half joint. Okay, so that one maybe I just simply go through it. You got time, then if you're interested, then you can go for it Okay, and also we are going to have a photo sessions. So if you are ready for your camera after this, I will ask for memory actually for memory. May I know? I would like to survey first. Any one of you here, because you have got 26 students here. Any one of you are still got one more semester. It means that you are going to do your final project 2 next semester. You still have one semester in the campus. Okay, so maybe if like this, you comment one so that I know how many of you. So the rest will be this is your final semester follow your LI Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 of you 7 of you. So it means that majority here actually 7 of you, because you will get a spacious so-called spacious approval that you are allowed to take your first elective subjects in this semester because of the credits hours. Because I believe 7 of you already finished your this IDP last semester. Therefore, if not taking ahead one of the subjects, your credit hour is too low Okay, but it's good. It's good. It's okay. No problem. Okay, but so I'm going to share some of the experience as I mentioned as a lecturers. Okay, in the FYP2, maybe some of you are a bit worried. The comments even like here have examined who Siti Haisa, is it? Siti Haisa, and who else actually have been evaluated by me? Nabiha, is it? Nabiha, I think in this group, I believe it's 2 of you only, is it? That have been examined as a panel of your final project 2 Okay, and final project 1, I think here don't have here don't have in this group. Okay, and I'm going to maybe to give some advice. I can say because we are more elders than I'm more elders than you, can be your fathers even. Okay, like my son, I may be only 1 or 2 years younger than you all. I think my daughter also have 2 of them already also in the university already. So I may give some advice. Okay, so like this. And then what another thing is we are going to discuss. Okay, is I think you are more concerned about your final exam. Your final exam. Okay, final exam. Means today lectures last I can say it's just chatting, I can say discussions only. It's not really go for lectures. Few things I would like to share. One is maybe we start with a little bit of lecture first, to finish out the precast. Precast and pre-stress we combine together for today. Combine together because precast also a little bit. Yeah. Then after that is your final exam. Okay, it's your final exam. Uh, the formats and how we are going to conduct. Okay, and after that is for both paper pre-stress and precast design. And afterwards is the some sharing about the final projects for those who have get comments and so on. Okay, and my thoughts as a supervisor, as the examiner. So how because I noticed that I noticed that many of the students are a bit worried about that. Okay, so or you and also we're going to have the photo sessions. Every one of you, are you ready? Actually, we can have a photo sections or not, so that I will print screen, then I will share in the WhatsApp group. Are you ready to on the camera? If you're ready to on the camera, we start with a photo session first. Is it okay? If you're ready, can you everyone or just on the camera? Uh, please on the camera. Can or not? Please on the camera. Yeah, we take those who got the camera This is for our memory next time when I look at it, because you see every semester we got student graduated. However, always after one or two semester, even sometimes the name I cannot recognize, but at least we got a photo here, then picture here, then I can look at it. Celine, you always your camera pointed, don't know where. Celine, your one, or you are using handphone? Is it why your Celine, your picture is sideways? Yes. Let me see your face. You see, we can't have a physical class. Even you can on the mic, no problem. You want to talk, can talk. Make it relax. Okay. Relax. Okay. So that we can have a memory for us. Um, is it ready? Okay. The rest how? No. Other Iwei. I did not see your camera. Okay. Safika, Sazana, Saswani, Rohaini, Diana, nama Diana. Okay. 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 We wait for. Okay. Okay. Saswani. Safika, you able or not? If they say your internet is okay, it's not okay, then it's all right, no problem. Okay. So everyone, are you ready? Are you ready? Please smile.
Yes.
Okay, Safwani, you cannot want. Okay, no problem. Two of you only. So please get ready. 1, 2. See the screen. Please get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I wait. We can take one more later. Wait. I share in the group first. See how. I also have to look at the group. See how. You wait for a moment. I share in the groups. WhatsApp groups. Pre-stress. Let me. Wait. I sending. Okay, you can see your face. Okay, we can have one more. Can we have one more freestyle? I remember your freestyle because I have to press the button. Okay, please get ready, everyone. Everyone, please get ready. Okay, everyone, please get ready. Listen to my instruction. 1, 2, Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. I share in the groups. I share in the groups. Maybe not full screen. This one maybe I got. Okay, it's okay. So this one for our memory. Okay, so if you want to off the camera, I think all right, no problem. If you don't want to on the camera, if you want on the camera also no problem. Okay, so okay, so we start. I hope that we can actually finish in within 1 hour. Then you got anything to ask, you can on the camera, and you can just on the mic and then ask. Okay, so and also actually today is the I can say today is the first day of the new semester of the school. The secondary school, the primary school. Okay, so all the children are like my children are the three small ones are now in secondary school. They have start today also. Okay, all are in have to do online class. So parents also, as a parents also, we are actually busy also with actually to get ready, especially the gadgets. Okay, to make sure the infrastructure is okay. For they have to use the internet and computer. Okay, so this is not run away. This is not run away. Okay, let us. I'm going to. We start a little bit of precast first, and then we go one by one. Okay, at the end, only precast, then only we discuss the final exam paper, and afterwards we can have some discussions. Okay, so I share the screen. Okay, so so you look at here. Actually, this is the last part. Actually, I just took from the books, and I did not do the notes and so on. There's another, we call it as the joint, beam half joint. Means the beam that if they say the beam, we don't want directly sitting. We want to have at the end there. We want actually match is more flush. So what we're going to do is what we can do is we can design the beam as a half joint. At the end of the beam, we design as a half joint. Okay, we design as a half joint. So if you look at the joint here, if you look at it, there are two ways that to arrange the reinforcement. Okay, to arrange the reinforcement. Okay, one way is like this. Okay, you look at here, these are the cracks going to happen. Okay, these are the cracks is going to happen. You see, from start from number one is basically is the axial. Number one is the axial. Okay. Recording class for today. You want record? It's no problem. I can record it. Okay. You want to do record, but it's okay, no problem. I will do the recording. Okay. So wait for the to come out. There should be sound recording take time. Okay. Let's start. Okay, beam half joint. So if you look at if a beam that we are going to reduce the size here. Initially, this is the overall depth. Okay, this is the overall depth, and here we are going to reduce the sections. Reduce the depth, so become a half joint. We call it this is a half joint, and there are this half joint actually we call it also another term. We call it as a recess. 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 So it divided into two actually. Got shallow and deep recess. Okay, shallow and deep recess is similar to this corbel. We have the deep corbel and we have the shallow corbels. Okay, so importance here, you see, when we design, when we know a structures is, we know roughly, if we, let's say you have a structures, whatever structures subjected to whatever loadings. Okay, so first of all, if you can predict, if you can predict or you can know the behavior of the structures that is going to subjected to the external load. So how about the stress, the forces that is going to take? Then you can actually provide the correct locations. When you provide the reinforcement, you are going to provide at the correct location. For example, because it's a reinforced concrete, I mentioned here, these are the reinforced concretes. Why? You know, concrete is weak in tension. So when they the stress, the tensile stress is developed at the concrete parts. So what happened? When tensions, it likely go to cracks, is it? Fail. Okay, so how we are going to prevent it? We are going to prevent by providing the reinforcement, providing the reinforcement. For example, if they say this, it is a cantilever beam, it is a cantilever beam, then or cantilever slab. So we know that cantilever, if the load is on top, from top to down, okay, from up to downwards. So in that case, we know that if you are cantilever, okay, we hold it, this one you hold a rigid here. So apply any load here on top will be under tension. And where, if this is a fixed, where is the maximum tension is going to happen? Basically at near to the as the support parts, is it? So this part at the top, we are going to provide a reinforcement. So it means that here you need to know the behavior. You need to know the behavior. So where is the tension in concrete, in reinforced concrete structures? Where is the tension part? So at the tension part, that is the chances cracks is going to happen. Okay, crack is going to happen. So how to prevent? Here, reinforced concrete will provide the reinforcement, because reinforcement here, steel reinforcement is very good in the strength, the tensile strength is very high. So, and you have to know the cracks, the patterns of the crack line height, where is going to happen, how it's going to happen. Then we are going to provide the reinforcement, how the orientations, the direction of the reinforcement is important. Similar to the half joint. Okay, I can say I'm the engineers before. I'm more my way to do works. When you go out to works, you study and you go out to works, you see there's a lot of quite some of the things will be different. Okay, we are going to we know the behavior. We are going to use a simplified method, which I can say more practical methods to design. Okay, rather than go to use very complex things to do it. We are going to simplify it. Even some of the things we just roughly check. Okay, then we are going to provide. We know that you will be safe. Okay, it's how confident you are. Okay, so now we look at here. If you look at the joint here, these are the possible forces and the cracks line is going to happen because of the stress. Okay, because of the stress. Okay, first one, you see the first is the basically is the axial force. Axial force, because you apply, then you are going to elong or shorten. All this will create this axial. Okay, especially the axial tensions. Okay, the tension, axial tension here. So this is number one. Number one, they got the tension here. So then there is a number two here. There is at the re-entrance here. Re-entrance here. So always, you see, when there is a structures that there is a sharp corner, when there is a sharp corner, the stress, when you subjected to the load, the stress will be very high at the sharp corner, at the corner. And the crack is always happen start from the corner here. So there are two types of crack here. One is vertical, okay, one is vertical, another one is go on diagonal. Okay, diagonal. Okay, so number four, where is it? This one, somewhere here. There's another type of cracks here. Okay, you're going to happen here. And number five, another re-entrance here, another corner here. Okay, this is the half joint, and this is at here. Okay, so this is another crack is likely to happen. Okay, number five. And then there's another one more on spalling of the concrete, because high stress, if let's say this, especially here got the bearing, bearing plate here, so you're going to have a very high reaction here. So likely from the edge of the bearing here is going to crack here. Number six. Okay, so in concrete, in reinforced concrete, we are going to provide reinforcement to control the cracks. So bear in mind, you see, so when you control the cracks, how is it? Basically, if let's say theoretically we are going to provide the reinforcement in the direction which is perpendicular to the crack to control it. It means that let's say this is a crack line. Let's say this is a crack line. Okay, and another crack line here. Okay, these are two are the crack. Wait. So let's say we have, I believe you can see, we have two crack line here. Okay, these are the crack line. So to provide the reinforcement here to prevent the crack line, the best is actually we provide perpendicular to it. Okay, perpendicular to it. So the horizontal crack line, basically we are going to provide the reinforcement perpendicular to it, and this one perpendicular to it. So this I put it as the reinforcement. So something like this in the black color, you see. So from here, this is a crack line. So we are going to provide this one to prevent it. Okay, this one we are going to prevent like this. We are not going to provide at the same directions, of the crack line. So bear in mind here. So therefore, if you look at here, now, basically, if you let's say you look at the crack line of number two, number two vertical, is it? So what are the reinforcements can prevent? Basically, is the horizontal reinforcement, is it? This horizontal reinforcement. Okay. Then if let's say number five or number three here, actually where we going to provide the crack line here. Okay. So basically we can have like this here. Okay, this component, and actually this vertical here also have some because this is diagonal, is it? This one is diagonal and this is diagonal, so able to take it, because diagonal crack basically got two components. If you derive it, you got two components, so become vertical and horizontal. Because we are not going to provide, in this case we did not provide, is the perpendicular to it. Sometimes it's difficult for the contractor to do, so they prefer to put vertical and horizontal reinforcement. So if diagonal, yes, we can do like this and like this together. Okay, even like this, this case we can provide like this also. We can prevent it also, but not that so-called not so effective. Compare the effectiveness here. It's not like if let's say we provide as perpendicular to it, exactly perpendicular to the crack line. Therefore, you see, if let's say we have, for example, let's say we have an opening, okay, we have an opening. Let's say something like this. I will get the okay, never mind. Let's say there's a beam with an opening. Okay, so if we have a beam, a structure that a wall with an opening, so likely how it's going to crack. Basically, as I mentioned, at the corner, is it? So these are at the corner. All the corner is likely to crack. It's likely to crack. It's likely to crack. So how are we going to prevent it? So one way is we provide diagonal. To provide diagonal, something like this, a reinforcement, a diagonal, a diagonal reinforcement to prevent it. A diagonal, I don't know whether you can see or not. Diagonal, or if for more practical, we prefer actually we just provide along of it. We just provide the surrounding the reinforcement surrounding the void here. Okay, we just provide surrounding of the void here. Provide with the reinforcement. Provide with the reinforcement to prevent the crack. Although the crack is diagonal, but we got the vertical and horizontal reinforcement to cover the cracks. Okay. So bear in mind, reinforced concrete, you know the crack line, how it's going to happen. So you have to know you are going to provide the reinforcement, arrange the reinforcement that perpendicular to the, suppose it's perpendicular to the crack line, not horizontal, not parallel, it's perpendicular, berselanjang. Okay, we can prevent it. So now the issue, you already know how it's going to crack already. So we are going to calculate the reinforcement. We're going to calculate the reinforcement. So there are two types of detailing actually can provide at the half joint here. One is like this. Another one is actually like this. Another one is we provide a diagonal bar here. Okay, we provide a diagonal bar here. This diagonal bar, as I already mentioned, this diagonal bar here, okay, inclined bar here, is actually can cover the crack here in the diagonal, which is perpendicular to it. Is it perpendicular to it? We know this is, let's say, 45 degrees, so we are going to put like this. So this is 90 degrees to it. Okay, so there are two methods to provide the reinforcement. Okay, so if we go in more detail here, is we look at the force here. Okay, we look at the force here already. We look at the force and then to derive the equations. Okay, to derive the equations. So basically, the lecture notes that I provide to you here, it give you some explanations here. What kind of cracks as I just mentioned, from 1 until 6. So what are the reinforcement need to provide? Okay, what are the reinforcement? So you try to relate what I said just now. You will understand here. You will understand this part here. Okay, these are the reinforcement, because I did not set any questions in the final of this. Okay, but give you some idea how to do that. Okay, so these are all the reinforcement. You look at here, the reinforcement here, it gives you AS plus ASN, okay, ASH, and so on. Okay, so from here, these are the things, and give you a guide, the reinforcement, where to select the reinforcement, because some of the arrangement of the reinforcement is used for prevent few type of cracks, is it? So they are, and also they are going to select which one is the greater to be used. Okay, and here these are the equations. At the end, it gives you the equation from the schematic force diagram here. Give you the equation. Okay, give you the equation. And at the end, it provide you here. There's an example here. Okay, a beam half joint. Okay, provide you an example, and all the reinforcement, you get it. Okay, you can arrange this way. Okay, or there's alternatively, as I already mentioned, you can go and provide something like this. You see, what is the difference here? Just how we know that here got some crack in it. Here is a crack line. Here is going to have a crack line here. Okay, and here is going to have some crack line here. So therefore, you see, if we provide this one, actually more effective, more economical. I believe it's more economical compared to the previous one, because this one is in a diagonal way that can control three. One bar can control three cracks. Okay, so if that, but in this case, you see, you have provide like a link here. You have to arrange this way, and also have to provide additional here, more bar here, because this one is going to control the crack line just now in this, some of the diagonal crack here. Okay, so there are two ways to do that, and either one we can use it. to for this kind of joint. Okay, so I did not discuss in a very detailed manner lah, huh? Okay, just give you some knowledge, and next time if you really need to design this kind of structures, okay, not only in precast, huh? Okay, this is also is going to cast in situ also can, no problem. Okay, you know where the crack is going to happen, and you are going to provide the reinforcement. So I open for the Q&A if you have any question. Okay, do you have any questions? Class, is it okay or not? Can you get it or not? What we have discussed for the beam half joint. I target actually, hopefully by in 1 hour we can finish out the class. Understand or not the concept? If you understand, maybe can you comment too? Can you please comment too? Okay. Okay. So okay. So now we discuss a bit about the final exam. About the final exam. Any questions or not about the hub? Any questions about the hub joint? Okay. Any questions or not? If you got any question, you can please and you can on the mic or you can type and ask. Okay. If no questions, then we going to discuss attendance. I assume full attendance. Don't worry. Okay, I assume full attendance. For today, I look at the list just now. Also, I have already screenshots also just now. So for the final, no question, then we proceed with the final exam paper. Okay, we proceed with the final exam paper. Final exam paper for this precast and pre-stress, the format about the same. Format are the same. I can say format are the same. I look at the question first because okay. First of all, is regarding the platform. Platform to be used for the final exam. Okay, this must a bit spacious, and also at the end, also last 2 days, last 2 days also, evening, okay, evening of 2 days ago, we received a message. As I last week I mentioned to you, I tell you that last week I told you we are going compulsory to use author, and I have already uploaded the question paper in the author and set the times. Set the times. This is the instructions from the university. Okay, this is the instruction from the university. However, then because we have the ISO, actually we have the ISO in quality of academic quality lah. Therefore, in ISO we have a lot of procedure. Okay, we have a lot of procedure, a guideline that we have to follow. They have the time frame really stated in the books, I can say lah, and we have to follow. We have to follow. Therefore, UTHM have the ISO in the academics, academic management. So to maintain this ISO, we have to make sure that we are follow the guideline, we are follow the procedure. Okay, we are follow the procedure. Therefore, the PPA there has a lot of process, and one of the process is the verification of the final exam paper. PPA there previously face to face is the faculty level, everything already passed and so on. They just print the hard copy there and pass the PPA. You see, every time last time you are sitting taking the exam at the exam hall, you see there's the panels, the invigilator, then they will bring all the things, and together actually there's the original set of the paper that is endorsed by the verified by the PPA, okay, by PPA. So that one is the original documents that need to get the verification from the PPA. Inside there, there's a form, how many hours and so on. Okay, how many students and what are the any instructions, extra instruction required, the graph paper or what, this kind of thing. You need a, for example, to provide you the Euro codes and so on, or standards, or any books that need to use. So we are going to do that. We are going to submit to the PPA and get endorsement. Okay, get an endorsement. Therefore, but however, okay, however, this semester is online. So how? But the process we still need to follow. But it's all go for online evaluations and verifications. So to make simple, PPA want their job simple. I can say lah. This is my thought lah. Want to standardize because it's whole university. That whole university, there are many faculties. So they insist to use one platform, which is Alter, that developed by UTHM okay, by UTHM. For them, easy for them to do the work. If you different all the lecturers, all the faculty, you give it freedoms, they are difficult monitor to do the works. So this is their concerns. This is their concerns. But I can see this is the main purpose. But however, actually, in FCAP, Faculty of Civil Engineering and Built Environment here, where actually many lecturers are actually have their opinion and not so agree because many of us actually we did not use Alter before and we are not familiar Actually, we are not familiar because we did not use it. Okay, we did not use it. Some sort like me also. When I want to upload also, we have to go and learn. Because we have used to Google Classroom. We're used to Google Classroom, Google Form, under the Google platforms. Therefore, we actually we have asked for it. Actually, we have asked for it to not so rigid, give us freedoms. But however, at the end, it's also PPA, their concerns. This is the university decisions we have to follow. But afterwards, there are many things. We have to upload the question paper, actually review it, read it over, and so on. Then many lecturers, I think, got sounds. And at the end, 2 days ago, we get only for FCAP, okay, give spacious, say spacious agreements here that for FCAP, only for FCAP, we allow the lecturer to choose tools, either Google Classroom or Alter. Okay, and we have submitted, and they do the survey and ask us to fill out the information, either Google Classroom or Alter. So I can say, I look at it, maybe 80 to 90% using Google Classroom. Okay, Google Classroom, including my subjects. So here, the portal, the platform for the final exam is I'm going to use is Google Classroom. Although I already uploaded the question paper in the portal, because suppose have to disable, but I don't know, I did not see the button. Only we can remove it, but I did not see the button disable to allow you all to see. You click now, you only can see come out the clocks. Still got how many days for the exam and so on, because we do the setting you cannot see paper, but we can disable it. Means you can't see appear in your Google Classroom, in your Alter platform there. Okay, so by the way, I have decided to use Google Classroom. I will create the Google Classroom for the final exam. Okay, because we already created the Google Classroom, so I will create the activities, the final exam activities in the Google Classroom for pre-stress. Okay, in the Google Classroom of pre-stress, the virtual class of pre-stress, and for precast, I will create the activities of the final exam in the precast Google Classroom. Okay, and there is a also there is a this declarations forms that you need to fill out. Okay, so that one will give you early lah, huh? Because we got another next week, is it? There is a briefing from PPA, okay, to the all the coordinator lah, huh? All the coordinator to the lecturers, coordinators of the courses. So I don't know got any extra information or not, but at this moment, uh, we are allowed, okay, we are allowed to use Google Classroom. So, but I don't know, maybe they put some condition and so on. But basically, what I'm going to do is the paper, okay, the for the declaration form, I will upload first for you. Okay, you get ready and the declaration form, sign, fill out all the information, and convert it into PDF first. Okay, convert it into PDF first, and I will give you also guide in the because waiting for some of the information from faculty also, like the file name. Please follow exactly, easy for us afterwards. The file name, if that say the file name is put your name, follow with your metric number, then you just please follow. For example, a declaration form, your name and so on. I will let you know if that say the faculty did not give us any guide. You have to follow my guide lah, so that you are not mixed out whatever name. Some you just use the original name is what declaration form only. So you upload inside, difficult is to put some your metric number, your name, easy for us to find afterwards. Okay, that one I will upload first and in the Google Classroom and let you before the final exam. And then you fill out first, and you have to upload together, and during the exam time you have to upload it in the Google Classroom. Then the paper durations, duration, because both paper, these are 3 hours papers. So in the PPA, the briefing is allowed extra 30 minutes only. Okay, for this semester, no double, only extra 30 minutes. Okay, extra 30 minutes means that I will give you extra 30 minutes. Make sure that you must submit within the time. I will set the time. I will set the time. Those who are late will get your informed already. Okay, means in the Google Classroom, the activity, you submit your declaration form, you submit after that your script, okay, your scripts, and then you have to make sure you turn in, okay, for both subjects. So our paper is on afternoon. It's on afternoon. Okay, the first paper for precast is precast or prestressed first. I can't remember already. One is on the 20, no, one, the first paper is the Monday, is it? I can't remember. It's 1st of February, is it? 1st of February, I believe it's 1st of February. Another one is on the 9th, is it? Correct or not? Please correct me if that's say I'm wrong. First and 9, is it? Betul tak? Anyone can just type it if correct. You just me correct. First is yes. Okay, we'll say yes. Okay, it's on first. First is pre-stress or precast on the 1st of February. Class. Okay, precast. Precast. Okay, precast. Okay. Okay, precast. Then the last one is pre-stress. You have another paper. Those who are taking elective, you have 3 papers. Another elective, when is it? You have another paper. Your groups, I think, is IBS. Is it? You're taking IBS. IBS paper is for on when? 15. 15. Oh, okay. 15 is or even during the Chinese New Year. Okay, during the Chinese New Year, that one. My paper is earlier a bit. Okay, so okay, so clear. Is it clear or not regarding on the platform I'm going to use? So you just ignore the in your case, I can say you ignore the author. Although you saw the paper in the author, you no need to do anything. Okay, if you come up on that day, you pop out in your author, platform is I did not remove it, so it just ignore it. We follow the instruction that I will inform you again in the WhatsApp groups. In the WhatsApp groups, okay, follow whatever instruction in the groups. Okay, follow my instructions. Follow my instructions. Okay, is this one clear? Okay, and three and half hours. It means that the last 10 or 15 minutes, you have to get ready to upload ready. Okay, I always notice that students are always last minute to upload the answer. But this is a final exam. Please don't follow the instructions. Follow instructions. And those who got the internet problem, you no need. Actually, faculty university did not ask to on the camera or Google Meet, but faculty got the extra requirements. Okay, faculty got extra requirement, need to join the Google Meets and so on. I think also is good if that say are we going to have the Google Meets, then during the exam, throughout the exam, if you got any question, you can ask. Actually, you can on the mic ask. Okay. Okay, we are going to have a Google Meet. Anything about this the instruction, the platform? Is it clear? Is it clear the message before we go into the more give you some? I don't know whether tips or not lah. Okay. Yeah. That's how who are Nabiha, is it? You want to say something? Is it? Just now I saw on the mic. Yeah, Nabiha. Is it Nabiha? You got anything want to say?
No, sir.
So okay, okay, then now we go for the what the format of the paper and the contents. Okay, basically the both paper only have 3 questions. You have to answer all. Okay, answer all questions. Inside they have 3 questions and you have to answer all questions. Okay, you have to answer all questions. And there are some appendix and equation even given already in the papers. Okay, in the papers. Okay, you see, my style like this. I'm not going to undergrade. I'm not going to come out with some questions that I did not cover. Although some of the question maybe you will think like maybe say a bit different like in the, compared to the example and so on, but actually it's go back to the like what we had discussed before. Okay, so therefore and also the questions, some maybe even some of the things maybe I not really show you a full example. I may give you some guide. Okay, you may need to use it do it using that methods. Okay, not all questions are exactly same as the example, but some of the question I can say actually is about the same as the example. Okay, we go in depth for pre-stress. For pre-stress first. For pre-stress first. Wait, I look at. I also forget the question already. So long already when we prepare. Okay, all together 3 questions for both paper. And the I'm not share the screen. If I share the screen, finish. I'm not sharing. Okay, if they say I share the screen, you can see the question already. Question paper. Okay, I did not share the screen. It's all right. Okay. Question number 1, because it's 100%, it's all together is 100 marks, is it? So question number 1 is 40 marks, and follow with question number 2 and question number 3, 30 and 30. Okay, and all together 3 questions. For pre-stress, The first questions are related to something, go back to early stage of the semester one. Okay, part of it, half of the questions is more on, I can say, go back to fundamental things. Okay, go back to fundamental things. Okay, and I can say all are calculations. No, for pre-stress, I think no, no, don't have. For pre-stress, no theory. Although the go back to fundamental one also is more on calculations parts. Okay, no theory lah, no theory. I actually some theory for especially for online. If there's a theory, you just copy it only. No point lah, no point. Sometimes you just Google and so on, search for it. Okay, no theory. And question number one, then you follow with some and one of the topics, one of the topics calculations that we get cover in the test or not. Test, I can't remember. Test, what is the question really? But let me see. The test one and test two. What I have prepared. I can't remember really. You ever haven't marked your test? These are for precast and test. Is it? I haven't marked it. For precast, I haven't marked. Okay, pre-stress. Okay, I think those cover in. I can say lah. For that, I have a cover main in test one. Not come out lah. I really evaluate in you in test one. It's not in the final. I can say lah. It's not in. See for pre-stress. For pre-stress, let me see. Yeah. Okay. So test the topics of the test that really come out. I can say generally no question in the final. Is it all right? Okay or not? Understand or not? Okay. And you need to, for pre-stress, you need to use the graph. Okay. Please get ready of your graph paper. Basically, you need the graph paper. Okay. You need to use the graph paper. Almost come to the end one. Sometimes I'm a bit rush one. Sometimes I did not cover. I did not cover. Okay, this is what I can, the tips that I can given to you for I can give you some, give you some informations about the final exam for pre-stress. Then for precast, anything or not about pre-stress, about the final exam before we proceed to the precast? Okay, if you don't have, then we proceed to the precast. Precast, what are the questions? Precast, I have to look at the precast because topic not so many topics. Look at the precast. Precast for test one, we come out more on the hollow core slab. Is it pre-stress precast hollow core slab for test one? Then for test two is a precast column, more on the precast column and precast beam. Okay, precast beam. Precast column actually is a little bit only. Okay, precast column actually is more on the pitching only. Okay, I just ask you to do the pitching only on the precast column, pitching only, lifting of the column to check of the capacity of the hooks. Okay, so for final precast, also the same. First questions we have the 40%, and it have for first question actually got 6 marks. For precast, is related to theory. I think this one is I think it's 3 marks for you lah. It's theory, for theory, but you don't need to actually go and memorize it because it's online. You can easily to answer. Then after that, we have the beam. Okay, the beam. Okay, precast beam. For precast beam, if they say I did not provide you either precast beam, you see, I got last time I got miss out some things that I say I missed out something to teach you. I think last week is it? Is it last week? Is it? Most likely last week. So I got used right on the whiteboard and so on. So that one you have to study also lah. Although I did not give you the example, but you from that one actually very simple because that is a simplified versions that for the composite beam. Okay, unblock using Eurocode. Using Eurocode. That one you study also lah. That one you have to study also. Okay. Then after that is the topic, because not many topics, is it? The rest are the topic that I did not cover in the final. Okay, I did not cover in the final. That is about precast concrete. Okay, so any questions or not? Any question? You must know how to. You see, in the example, sometimes I just give you the load directly already, means the reactions, the load, and so on. But in the exam, you may need to calculate. You need to calculate how to distribute the load. Remember, if let's say it is a precast floor, it means that always go to one direction, one way. You have to know how to you must make sure you know how to distribute the load. Okay, to, for example, to the beam, or how to get the reaction at the end to the beam, then transfer to the what to the support and so on. Okay, and look at the diagram first. Okay, so one of the for precast, the diagram may use for one diagram, but may use for more than one questions. Okay, I can combine, and but actually is, although it is from the same diagram, but you can divide in, then use for 2 questions. Okay, use for 2 questions. That is about precast. So anything about the final exam? Anything about the final exam class? Anything, because if not, I will close the final exam discussions. Ada apa tak nak tanya tentang final exam? Internet importance, okay. Jika tak ada data atau apa, at least you have to top out during the exam time. Okay, during the exam time. Jika tak dapat akses, get ready tempat-tempat mana lah. Saya tahu ada siapa yang selalu nak kena pergi pekan untuk baru dapat internet. So, but we already inform you early. So, don't sometimes you have to try your best to get the internet. Okay, I know that is sometimes it's out of our control. It is out of our control. Yeah. Okay, anything or not about the about the exam? Ada tak? No, very quiet. You can on the mic. You just on the mic and then say if okay. If you are okay, no questions. Then we are going to proceed. Class. you are okay. So if like this, then we proceed. We proceed to the last one. Some discussion. You can on the mic, no problem. After this, on the mic, the topics, whatever topics you want to start, we want to discuss. Okay, I talk about a little bit about the final projects. Maybe those here, maybe not many here. Uh, I believe here students who seller links and here got my under my supervisions final project tools seller link and the e-way and e-way so you have presented here. All of you are here at the final semester. You have presented your this final year projects in yesterday on 19 and 20 lah. Okay, Tuesday and Wednesday for final project 2 lah. I be the panel yesterday afternoon also. Okay, um, and uh, and here also they got 2 or 3 students. I'm the panels. The panels together with Dr. Ahmad Fahmi lah. Okay, um, and yesterday to judge the final project 1, I'm together with the group, together with Dr. Noazrina. And yesterday I'm the chairperson. Okay. Here, you see, in this kind of situation now, actually, sometimes we are not so yeah. So got one final open book that. Yeah, final is open books. No choice, is it? It's online. So final is open books. Yes. We sure it's online, is it? Jika tak open book, saya pun tak tahu macam mana lah. We can't control even if we're not allowed to open books. We can't see you, is it? Okay. Although we ask you to on the camera, but in front you not the camera is not pointed to the table and so on. How we know you are not open books, not refer to the book. So basically, you can open the books. You can open the book. That's why you are not so. Basically, I can see that open books. Last semester online open books. That's why a lot of arguments here come out. And last semester we give you the times, we give you double and so on. A lot of big question here. And my children also, they have a study also at homes, also open books. I mean, online exam. Okay, so I can see all majority of the students they get better result compared to closed books, compared to face-to-face. Okay, so that you know lah, everybody know about it. The in terms of the what if when you online, in terms the question, if let's say we did not control the way to set the questions, if they follow exactly the like the example, no extra things and so on, it just show most of the students will get better result. Okay, I can say is the big question mark here is the reliability. Reliability for the evaluation, the assessments. Okay, so therefore, when go for open books, the questions, if I look at my questions, sometimes it's although it's open books online, sometimes not direct also lah. You need to think something also. Okay, you need to think something also. Not direct so. Okay, this is my style. Okay, so it's open books. Nurul Alisa, I've answered your questions. Okay, so then the just now I say the final projects. Final projects here, we consider actually as a supervisor. We consider that the situation now, but however, I noticed that some of the things maybe it's not your fault. It maybe also it's not only your fault because of the situations and so on. Last minute to change the title, change the scopes and so on. So you are not able to and you are busy with other things, other subjects, and so on. So therefore, we have actually not so strict confirm compared to face. I don't know others supervisor, other panels. That's why when even I have the panels, when I come in, I come ask the student to come in. My way to organize the presentations for PSM1 and PSM2, both are about the same. PSM1 yesterday, I have 7 students. So what I did is uh, 2 to 5, yeah, end up with 5 somethings. Uh, I call everyone in together with, when I chairperson, I have the right to say I call everyone to come in to have a short briefing first. Okay, the process. But before this, already we have the WhatsApp groups and even report. I ask create a Google Classroom, or just submitted. List you give you very clear guide and what are the information you need to submit. Okay, and then all submit in the Google Classroom. Okay, because you don't need to email by email. Email sometimes is also difficult for us. We have too many email want to trace back, and got few not one or two students. There are many students. Like PSM1, I have 7 students. I examined 7 candidates. So and a short briefing, and first thing to is to let them know the what we are expected from our side first. So I tell the students, we actually come here to help you. It's not to punish you. Okay, we are in PSM1. I'm more concerned actually is PSM1, because in PSM1, if you do correct, PSM2 not much of arguments. So basically, I told them is we are come here and we give comment, we give suggestions. At the end is the suggestions you can discuss with your supervisor. If the supervisor agree, then you can take it. Okay, if the supervisor not agree, then it's up to your supervisor also lah, because we give comment also, is it? We give comment, but some of the comment that we think it is we have to do, maybe some mistake have been made, then we have to do it. And also as the panel, as the SB supervisor, I always tell my concept is you are doing final project and divided into 2 semesters. We have to bear in mind, okay, bear in mind as a lecturers, as a SB, you are not doing PhD or master by research. Okay, you are doing something we call projects. It's a project report. Okay, at the end, it's a project report. Uh, not the expectation is not like totally new. We have to like what in master by research or PhD by research and so on. Okay, you can do a small things only. Okay, do a small things only. Even some students are doing totally review. Okay, uh, okay. So we give suggestion. We try to, if let's say we found that the scope is too big, too large, then we can give the advice. You may can stream down and stream down, and then you discuss with your supervisor lah. I give an example like yesterday. Actually, got 2 students. One is under Dr. Syed student, which is also my Dr. Syed. He's new. He's last time from which private university. Uh, then his student is doing this experimental works. Want to do experimental works on this beam, 2 meter beam. The beam, the length is 2 meter. Going to cast the beam and then drop with the CFRP and do the testing in the lab. So as the panel here, I look at it is you are now PSM1, but you haven't started the lab work yet. Okay, and we don't know the situation. How is it? Okay, sometimes lecturer they have a lot of idea what to do, but a lot of concerns we have to consider. Okay, the situation, and even not now, but we cannot leave it to the students. You go to settle your wound, to cast a few beams 2 meter length, and you go to get the CFRP and so on. You go there. It's how to cast it also. There's an issue already. Prepare the mold, come back. If you haven't start, you come back. You want to prepare all the material, okay, and then want to cast a beam also. There is an issue, and say want to ask people to make. So who is going to prepare the money, going to make, then only you apply the CFRP. Who is going to pay them, give the money to pay it? All this, unless the lecturers have, supervisor have arranged all these things for you, okay, and have the research grant. If they say don't have, how? Is it? It's unfair, is it? It's unfair. And there is a risk. With trial, you have to submit the report. So if you, from backward, week 12, you only have 12 weeks. So basically 12 weeks, at least in week 10, you have finished your, all the lab work, everything works ready. Then you can focus on the, to finish out your report writing. So 10 weeks, we say 10 weeks. 10 weeks, okay, you have to cast the specimen. After that, 1 month only can do the testing. Okay, only can do the testing. So testing in the lab is not one person can do. You use the heavy equipment. Okay, you have to arrange the lab and so on, do the setting out and so on, set out. And you prepare the specimen. How long? You come back, let's say, the first day you come back, then you want to prepare all the beam and so on. It take how long already to get the material and then cast it? Okay, then demo and to arrange to do the testing. Is it possible or not? So this is our advice. This is our advice to the students. This when I see not only one student like this, there another student also, we give the same advice. Say you must have a plan B. If that say you are not able, you must have a time frame. If that say here, suppose if this kind of research is, if that say you are here, have presented, then finish your final exam, you have to immediate to prepare your specimen ready before you go back for your go back for the what go back for your holiday. Then when come back, you can arrange for the testing. Okay, so these are the concerns we have to consider. But sometimes the maybe the SV is not, some of them, because human being is it, they have different idea, different thought. Okay, therefore sometimes is let the students go and do all their own, go to settle their own, but at the end don't know how is it come up, which is the something which is not. I say that if they say like this, something that is not presentable, is not benefits, just is the purpose is just want to finish out only to do it. Okay, and it's just a project, is it? So-called the expectation from the supervisor, because this issue has been also actually before this have been raised out before but supervisor have different kind of supervisor but they have also a supervisor this panel or supervisor, they give you, ask you to do a lot of things, but they guide you and so on. But here I can say, but they actually they give comment and so on. They are really knowledgeable. They give guide, give comments, but actually they are actually quite flexible. They are quite flexible, and they are actually, although you thought if you give you a lot of comments, but actually come out the marks is not that bad. I mean, in terms of marks, even you see like for me the student are not doing not very good. I tell you my style is I will give more. And if you bad we are not asked you to fail you actually. For my now I tell them, although I noticed that the final year project 2, but a student is do very bad actually, very bad. Nothing you change last minute change review, just not really a review also. But at the end we also we give comments, give comments, you give comments, and for me, if the like this also I give the scale in three, it means that you get 60% also, means that you got 45% from the panel, is it? If let's say very worst, I can say lah, for my side, let's say my side very worst, I get 60% time 60% time 45, it's already about 27 already, is it? Already 27. So if your supervisor give you high marks, final project 2 we are going to adjust a bit. If they say not tally with the panel, the marks from the panel, you will be do some moderations. Okay, but final project 1 maybe no. Okay, you just combine the marks only. Okay, just combine the marks, and then this is your grade. Okay, so here is some information about the final project 2 lah, and final project. If when go to final project 2, actually sometimes I'm not going to comment much also lah. I give more comment actually in final project 1 most of the time. After this, you're going to continue to do with it. Make sure it is in order. If I have the panel, okay, the methods suitable or not, the scope and so on. Okay, but some of the panels, they are very details, page by page, the writing, and very detailed on the formats. But some of the format, especially the citation, the references, that one is important. You cannot simply write it. Okay, that one you cannot be wrong. Okay, but the rest, sometimes I'm not very concerned about the format, because format after this you have to follow the UDHM format. Okay. What else about the final projects? Okay, so and just now I say the panel sometimes they give a lot of comments, but the marks is still all right one, don't worry. Okay, don't worry about the marks. And also in the life you are triggered. You see, this is only final project got divided into 2 courses, I can say. And final project 1 actually is only 2 credits hour. When you go up to works, you have already now have a good CGPA and so on. You are not going to go get very low one. You've already do the works. You already your effort have done it. And sometimes by luck also lah. By luck also you get the panel you get the panel that you get. Okay, like myself, I'm not go and detail one. Sometimes I rush, I just go through, simply go through. But we can catch very sharp, very fast. And we ask the important parts. Something like maybe Yiwei. I believe Dr. David also, they are very busy also. So that's why maybe also we go very smooth. Celalyn's, who are your panels? I can't remember already. Who are your panel? Celalyn, do you hear me? I answer a call first. We take 5. Answer. Answer a call actually. Answer. Never mind. Ready. Stop ready. Okay. So just now, Celine, tell me who are the Prof. Norida and Dr. Hilton. Yeah, Prof. Norida and Dr. Hilton. How is it? Because I heard that who Dr. Hilton sometimes also very detailed guy, and Dr. Norida also sometimes comment a lot, like Levin, my final project 1 under Prof. Norida and and Dr. Nizam. Dr. Nizam, I know his style. Okay, his style is very. He did not read. I believe he's not really go detail, but he will ask something is out of the scope one. But Dr. Norida, sometimes she's details. You read also and give a comment. But that's why when during the presentation, my Levin got my students got WhatsApp me, or she not the first one, is it? I think maybe at the middle, and say, oh, the front one got have been. Wait, I answer a call. Answer a call. Take 5. Okay, sorry, yeah, sorry. I just answered a call because from um, there's somebody is from my auntie lah, auntie that is a stay alone, one person. Sometimes it's along the way to staying along the way to UTHM regarding it's a kampung house. So she's alone actually. I have from time to time I go and visit her lah. Okay, so she called me. She called me stay alone, 80 over years old, but alone. Uh, Sometimes that's why it's all the family different, a lot of story lah, a lot of story. Because now COVID also, I did not go to the campus. So if let's say I got go campus, sometime from time to time I will drop by and see her, visit her. Okay, especially last time when she was during the first MCO, when she go back that time. Uh, the house is flooded. I mean, the front part flooded because of the pipe leaking, and then I called to the SAJ and asked the person, people come to help and do, and also afterwards the all the front of the house all very muddy, because leak already ponding water ponding so long, and asked my friends to bring some crush around to cover it lah. Okay, uh, okay. So she called me lah, just to say hello. Long time I did not go visit her already. Okay, so we come back to final projects. Okay, final projects. So I say sometimes by luck also the panel you get it, but you you may you see this is a process. This is a process. It's a learning process. You need to go through. Don't worry about you. Just accept only, or just accept, and then we try to rectify as what we can, and we are not necessary to follow 100% here. Mm, and it is just two subjects here. If you have do your job, do your parts. If you did not get, you have not. Human being is not 100% correct. Okay, perfect. We are not perfect. Okay, and we are not know everything here. But if you got try and do already, okay, try your best. So don't worry, you'll get what is the marks that you get. You will not get very low, I tell you. Don't worry about that. And only is one subject. And when you go up to works, not only the result, not only the result, is your attitudes, your learning attitude, your working attitudes. Okay, how you mix with people. I can say the certificates give you a for you allow you to go in to get jobs. Okay, um, and afterwards you will see when you are in the open university, like I can say like open university, in your jobs really, uh, you will change your mind. You will change your mind. Okay, you will change your mind. And take it easy. This is only one subject. You are not going to get very low one. If you have done your parts and so on, I believe easily for final projects, easily you will get B plus, A minus, A, uh, easily lah. You've done your parts. We are not going to give you very low, very low lah. I accept you are not do your parts. Okay, here, and what to say? Then for when go out to works, yeah, majority of you is going out to works here. Just now I mentioned learning attitudes. Okay, learning attitudes is responsibility. That one very important. Okay, responsibility very important. we know everyone are not the same, is it? You some you have learned faster, some you may be a bit slow, but important if you are willing to learn. Okay, you're willing to learn, then one day maybe one person few months really master for it, can be say without any guidance, but some maybe requires longer time, but at one day you will adapt to it. Okay, you adapt to it, so no worry, no worry about that. Important is you are willing to work, your attitudes here. um okay, what else? And when you go out to work, I hope that I hope that is as a students, or you are the Malaysians, is it? Here are all Malaysians. We love this country. So please about the current situation, the current issue, everything's the news you need to read not only related to civil engineer, related to civil engineering only. Okay, related to civil engineering, and the what uh, my time and your time may be a bit different already. What to say is when you go out and work, and one thing is because we did not learn in the during the university and during our study along from primary school, secondary school until university, we noticed that actually what to say when you go out to work, yeah, we are not, sometimes you are not necessarily you graduated with civil engineering, you are going to work as a civil engineer. Okay, you are not necessarily you are going to work as a civil engineer. Okay, you can go ahead to what you want to do. If they say you don't have a commitment, you don't have a commitment. Okay, you don't have the commitments. For example, you want to do business, you want to try, you're still young, go ahead, no problem. But you can, or you can plan for it. Okay, you can plan for it. You want to work for uh, what for a few years, then after that only you want go to choose another route. Okay, um, and you can do also if you got money ready, you got income ready, saving. Now, like my time, we did not teach how to do the investment and so on. I think investment is important. Investment is important. Okay, you can go and read some books. Some books when you are young, still considered young. It's good actually. You can start early. Okay, even like we as the parents, sometimes we can give advice. The children not necessary to listen to us. Like my eldest son and my eldest daughter. Okay, I have tell them. Okay, then can do some investment and so on. Although during the university time now, but now you can do that. My son is actually doing that. Okay, she gets some. I mean, she's learned something quite fast, I can say, and we are quite happy. So next time you can not necessarily, yeah, you need a job. Actually, you are, if you prefer, you like, it's good. You are graduated as a civil engineer. It's good. Actually, you can work. Your main job is civil engineer lah. But if let's say you really don't like it, you have other interests and you don't have other commitments, your family is not depending on your salary, then you can go ahead, no problem. You want to change the line, there's no problem. Okay, there's no problem. But however, as you still like the job as work as a civil engineer, you go and get a good job. Then you at the same time you start to learn and do some investment. Okay, do some investment, small investment. Okay, uh, that one, and you maybe can, if you're really success and so on, get the skills and so on, you may can retire early and so on, can enjoy your life lah. Okay, but my time already way over. Sometimes we say we are too late and so on. Okay, Um, this one is and also look at the situations now is the is sometimes it's a bit sad is the I mean in terms of politics and so on uh, I can my opinions this is my view maybe I think this one they no need to do recording I forget to this one it's my view this point my view I can say politicians all cannot be trusted they are not telling all the truth okay politicians they are politics so they are playing on they want the ticket okay they are what they promise and so on sometimes they listen okay um, but to make the country good uh, we have we have to each other must be trust each other first okay here you see try to or we have the for example here we have the Malay we have Chinese Indians here maybe here no Indians but we have from and also some from Sabah Sarawak is it okay yeah the trust I can say between one race bangsa to bangsa kepada satu bangsa in terms of the trust compared to when my times when small and compare now actually it's got changed already got changed already um, we try to actually I can say we try to understand for example let's say as a Chinese you can try to understand go and read something that what in other races their thought okay we even um, their budaya and so on even some although we say here we are multi races here but we are actually lacking of the understanding of each other's in terms of their things okay um, um, what to say something like you see like okay in terms of religion and so on okay in terms of religion and so on some have been played by the politicians used by the politicians okay so and also Malay you can try to understand actually the situation in Chinese for Chinese what they are Nam Bumi what are their thoughts okay what are their thoughts okay um so what to say here is even like if let's say here you are groups you are going to work if let's say we have different you can actually target to open your own firm even your own company you can work each other maybe one you are good in design okay you say we target let's say and you are not good in design but you prefer to work at site so you maybe say okay we plan to come out a company but you start to work first maybe go out and say target for 2 years okay you work with one you go for consulting firm to get all the experience and then another one you go for the constructions then after that you all can partner together and we partner together because why because we can in the country here our country we have some not say we have some regulation and so on some we can actually if we got this kind of I mean the collaborations we can get some job actually the opportunity they help each other also means win-win situations and we can actually make the make the country more harmony okay suitable for us to live to stay here because we love this country and for your future generations is it okay we are um, politicians actually cannot be trusted cannot be trusted I can say they are always not telling the true things if for example let's say we say the you look at now the situation like COVID I told my children I said COVID I told my wife told my children I said We have how many minister? You see, recently got so many, got few minister already got the COVID, and also the MP. Uh, I mean the Wakil Rakyat. They always tell us, say you have to follow SOP and so on, this kind of thing. But did they show us they are doing that or not? And in terms of percentage, as how many minister only, but in terms of percentage, how many already affected, okay, infected by the COVID-19, okay. So that's why politicians are. Okay, what else? I think these are some of the things that I would like to share with you. And also regarding the project, you have to submit on time. Don't spend too much time on it. Okay. You do some you think it's not okay, but just please proceed it. Don't uh, and say you have to make few of the groups are actually give me I get that advice and ask me and so on. I really uh, very happy, okay, with them that are really very hard works and try to do the best. Okay. But the rest, please don't wait for last minutes. Okay, don't wait for last minutes for your these projects. Okay. So what else? You got any? You all can on the mic if you want to say something. We can discuss. Anything to say or not? If that say no other things, then I just summarize out that what we have along this semester, what you have learned. I mean, we have covered all the syllabus already. Okay, so and I believe this is the last lectures for you. Like, I don't know, maybe the for your IPS, how is it? Okay, maybe already finished. Okay, and you are going for your internship. Majority of you, yeah, go for your internship, and you have to take care of yourself, take care of your family members. Okay, um, and keep in touch. Actually, keep in touch if especially your among your classmates. Keep in touch. Okay, now it's easy. And uni life, your uni life is if you go for master, it's different already. There is not really the uni life like a normal uni life already. I can say that now undergraduates, your diploma times, undergraduates. Okay, this one is very, I can say, it's a meaningful importance times for you all, and it will help, and also will help you in the future for your career. Okay, for your career, for your everything, okay, everything. So maybe from here I would like to um, apologize if that say got anything wrong, and also maybe for the precast concrete design and the preparation is not that good. Preparation is not that good because it's the first semester. Some of the things I teach is not that details. Okay, like be home here. Actually, for your final projects here, um, we will discuss. Okay, we'll discuss. But in my mind, is yeah, some of the thing. If that say we have missed out, we have overlooked, we will what we will correct it. But I can say is in my mind this morning. I got think about it is something like this. If you want FEA, yes, we can include some FEA because it's like what Dr. Zaino comment. You can use a simulation FEA to get the angle and so on. But although it's saying that, but sometimes it's not also that easy to do that. I tell you, it's not that easy to do that. Um, we have to get the correct software and so on. But I my idea is we make some project is more towards the what to say is more on analytical, but some projects is more on practical way. my side is actually a target actually for do you and Levin is more on practical side. It's like for example your weekend you can think about it, huh? You see, um, the since you are here lah, huh? You go and look back the example that already show last week, but we go back and derive the equation, use the same equation but change some of the parameter, but go to in a based on the Eurocode and come out the chart, design chart. I think is still useful. Huh? We can actually go if, for example, let's say shallow Cobell in the Eurocode got limit to certain depth and so on. Then we can just change it to shoot for it, and we verified something first. Means that if we come out that design chart, we come out the design chart, we get the jack over D, get the jack over D value and so on, and we compare to if we go back to like the example in the books that are given to you. If we, at the end the design is come out that's almost the same or a bit conservative, then we can prove that actually that one will do the verification already. Means that we no need to every time go back to all the calculation, use the equation and so on. We can simplify using the Z over D table. Means that will be useful. That one will become useful already. Okay, that one will be one of the main objective already. Then after that, want to look at the effects. That one we can actually do some simulation FEA lah, because simulation FEA sometimes is not really we can really get it, and also numerical analysis sometimes is not exactly correct. Is it correct exact solutions or not? Because what we want at the end is the product. Here more on the product is the design table and the table, design table, design drawing, and so on. Okay, but that is practical because when just now I mentioned when you go out to work in the design firm, sometimes we are not follow exactly one to check. Sometimes small thing we can actually know it already. Okay, we know this is we know we must get suitable size. Okay, how to get the size so the stress will pass and so on, this kind of thing. Okay, but we have to verify it first to do a comparison, something that you come we can proceed to it. Okay, we don't want to go for so analytical. Okay, I know Dr. Zaino is he's teaching master. That's why short and tight methods he's very familiar, better than me. He was my student here. He was my student before. I know he's good when was my student before undergraduates. And he study FEA. His master actually is FEA, pure FEA, master in finite element analysis. Okay, he did a lot of modeling and he liked to do design and so on. Okay, he's attached to the last time to do the what attachment and do on the design and so on. Uh, Still young, people are still young compared to me. Have we are actually go back to some less analytical lah, I can say lah. Okay, so don't worry about that. We'll discuss. Take it easy lah. Everything just take it easy. Assume that you see comment. We just accept it only. After that, able to do it or not, we see we try our best. Not exactly we have to follow 100%. Okay. And it's just a 2 credits hours only. Okay. 55%
So,
is from your pen. Yes. Yeah.
so
You can
meaning
take,
that
yeah.
I need to do three things, right? One is the design table, one is the design chart, and another one is the FEA, is it?
Okay, design table and design chart, that one we combine, we can become combined one. Means that we come out, tabulate out the design table first. Means the equations, we come out the design chart first, sorry. The design chart, okay, the design chart. Then after that, we are going to do the typical design using the design chart.
Okay. So
You get it?
because the panels, they are more concerned about the FEA for the deep cobbles. So and then they want me to come up with the strike and die model, trust analysis, and things like that.
You see, that's why what the design chart is more on the shallow cobell. Okay, The design chart is more on the shallow cover, that one. Okay, it's the scope. I tell you that the scope. You see, the panel. I can say I can comment is they are over expectations. I can use the word over expectations. Okay, so we are not really have to follow 100%. Don't worry about it. Okay, we do something which is I can say is value. If let's say you come out the design chart, the design chart here Z over D, then from there we are going to use it for our typical design. So then after that you compare the value get from the design chart that is derived from the equation and compare to like in the Kim Elliott books, they are not using the design. They are, I think that one not using the design chart. Is it? Use of equation, is it?
Yeah, just use equation.
Use the equation. Then we compare. We do compare verification first to make sure that the design chart is really what to say valid first.
Okay.
Okay, so then after that we are using that design chart in the in our design. Because why Dr. Syed maybe in the design part I am not very sure he's how good is it but he is on the FEA also both panel are good in FEA. That's why they are talking about FEA a lot. Actually, that's why I try to maybe I try to avoid some go in the FEA very deep itself. Okay, that one very fundamental. That one is very fundamental. But Dr. Zaino actually he got teach the master. I got look at his notes. It's more to the form, the methods is used like what Kim Elliott used.
Oh.
That's why I don't know how he talk about that. So if the design chart we come out the design chart Z over D. So that one is very useful actually, very useful for us to do. Means become like I can say not become is the method is still the same, but it's still the concept is still the same, but it become a alternative slightly change of the methods, the process of the design of cowbell already. We're using design chart like what I show you in the example.
Okay.
We can do so then that is to achieve one of the that one actually even that one for me if for me lah in my opinion even for that one is sufficient for the final project already. But it's only they are concerned about they are more interested. Their interest is see that's why it's the luck is it their interest is on the FEA.
Yeah.
The interest is on the FEA. The interest on the FEA. They want to go so different
FEA side.
They are FEA is our small parts only. Okay, we see how lah. Don't worry lah. Actually, don't worry. Even although we are not follow their what exactly follow what to their comments no problem one the scope that we do and so on is more than sufficient okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Don't worry about that. Okay. So that's why yeah, as a student, some you are worried about all these kind of things. They are comment only They are comment only. We also like me also might just comment only. Okay. Give suggestions also. Not necessarily the full follow 100%. Okay. So so I would like to apologize if let's say got any mistakes along the semester, and then I hope that the materials and what you learn along this semester, okay, will benefit you in your futures. Okay, in your futures. So listen to me. Remember, okay, investment not only a single job now. Next time your work is not a single job. Okay, you can retire early if you can do the correct investment. This is what I can see now. I can see you can see now many people actually you see now outside they are very relaxed one. They are very freedoms But actually, what they are doing, actually, they are rich, but they are very freedoms. Okay, to do their works. Not like us, we must follow 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 and so on. This kind of thing. Okay, yeah, but good actually. Civil engineering here, you can go very good. Your some of the success story, your senior and so on, they are doing very well. Okay, they are doing very well. Okay, can have their own company, own firm. They have their own firm. Okay, their consulting firm, their construction firm, and so on. Okay, go ahead. You're still young. Go ahead. Experience, get experience first. Okay, get experience, then you can start your, your own firm if you target to set up your own firm and so on. Okay. So with this, I end out our lectures, our class. So I say thank you very much again. Okay. Anything you can WhatsApp me. Okay, you can WhatsApp me, and anything in future we can still can keep in touch. And I will see you on final during the final exam. If anything, remember to submit your projects. Submit your projects. Okay, on time. Okay, on time. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So see you. Bye bye. All the best. Okay. So yeah. Okay, we can leave the meetings, and anything you can just WhatsApp me. Okay, I will close the meeting now. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, bye bye.